Okay, so in today's video, it's going to be a relatively quick one. What we're going to look at are some keyword transformations at C2 level. We're on page 31 of the Objective Proficiency Students book in the topic review. And for those of you who don't know, this is what a keyword transformation exercise looks like. We have an example here. Example 0, where you can see a sentence. It says in 0, it's unlikely that the product would have taken off if they hadn't run such a massive TV campaign, right? And the word that you're given, the key word, is likelihood. Remember that you can't change that word, right? And then underneath that, you've got another sentence with a gap, and you have to use the word likelihood and a minimum of 3 words in total, maximum 8, to place in the gap in order to make the second sentence have the same meaning as the first. So the answer here would be, without such a massive TV campaign, there would have been little likelihood. You can see in the box down there would have been little likelihood of the product taking off. Now, how do we get that? There are certain techniques. A lot of the time, we lose a lot of time trying to think about how to get the correct answer in the keyword transformations. I'm going to show you how I go about it, how I focus on a part of the sentence. Basically, you just want to think, what is the information that I'm missing in the second sentence? So let's have a look. Let's have a look at these sentences here. There are 6 in total, and remember there are 12 possible points in this part, because it's 2 possible correct answers, 2 possible points per correct answer rather. So you should never leave it in blank, obviously, because even if you get a couple of words right, you can often get 1 point. So 6 questions, 12 points available in this part 4 of the C2 Proficiency exam. Let's have a look then. So we've got these 6 sentences here. Let's start then with number 1. It says, the group leader's poor judgment jeopardized the safety of the climbers. Now we've got the word put, that's our key word. And it says the climbers' safety by the poor judgment of the group leader. So what do we want to say? We want to say that the climbers' safety was jeopardized by the poor judgment of the leader, right? But we've got the key word put. So how can we say that the safety was jeopardized using the word put? Well, to jeopardize means that you put something in danger, right? So I think we could say the climbers' safety was put at risk or put in danger by the poor judgment of the group leader. I think they would be the possible options there. I'm not sure if there are any other possibilities. Put at risk or put in danger by the poor judgment of the group leader. I don't know. If you can think of any other possible answers, leave them in the comments. Yeah, that's what I would say there. Okay, number 2. Paula and I have been friends since 2008. So, we have been friends since 2008. The key word we are given is dates, and my to 2008, right? So what information is missing there? The fact that I have been friends with Paula since 2008, right? So dates here is actually a verb, and it's an interesting expression here where, you know, we often get these expressions wrong because we have similar ones in our own language, right? So if I think about Spanish, which is not my own language, but the other language I speak, there is an expression which says datar de, right? So something dates. And what would be the preposition? It dates from, or it can also date back to a specific time, right? So I think I would say my friendship with Paula, because it's something that I own, so it's got to be a noun. My friendship with Paula dates back to 2008. Yes, that's a relatively complicated one there. Yeah, that's how long my friendship with Paula has existed. It dates back to 2008. Okay, number 3, let's have a look. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that the window got broken, Gary said. It wasn't my fault. Responsibility. Gary denied the window. So I suppose he didn't take responsibility. Another way of saying that is that he denied responsibility. Gary denied responsibility. You are responsible or not for something. So he denied responsibility for, and then if it's an action, but it's also a thing. So we put the verb in ing form, right? So he denied responsibility for breaking the window. Or also, as it's after the fact, we could say for having broken the window. So Gary denied responsibility for having broken the window, or simply for breaking the window. I think those would be the two possibilities there. Okay, let's have a look at number 4. My grandmother has finally got used to living alone. My grandmother living alone. So this one, very clearly the information that is missing is has finally got used to. Another way of saying get used to something. When you have to get used to something, it means that you don't initially like it and you have to grow to like it, right? And we've got the word terms. That's our key word. Remember, we can't change the key word in any way. So getting used to something, we have an expression which is to come to terms with, right? So my grandmother has come to terms with, or has finally come to terms with living alone. I think it's important to use the word finally there, as it just does change the sentence, I suppose, qualitatively. No, it suggests that it was a long process, that it took her a long time to come to terms with, to get used to living alone. Yes. Okay. Number 5. I am not expecting an increase in summer sales this year. I'm not expecting. Okay, so we've got the word upturn, which is, I think, similar to increase, really. But what changes about the sentence is it doesn't say I'm not expecting, right? It says I have. An upturn and an increase, I think, are the same thing in summer sales this year. So I think we're going to say an upturn in summer sales this year. That's going to stay the same. But I am not expecting. Well, if I'm not expecting something, I have no expectation. I have no expectation of, or for. I have no expectation of, I think I would say. I have no expectation of an upturn in summer sales this year. Yeah. I'm not expecting, I have no expectation of an upturn in summer sales this year. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a particularly productive summer. So, number 6, the students were told to either keep quiet or leave the art gallery. No is the key word. The students no, keep quiet, or leave the art gallery. So we're told to either is what we're missing. So they were given two choices, two options. No, keep quiet or leave the gallery. So there were no other choices, I suppose, right? There were just those two choices. Keep quiet or leave the gallery. So the students, I suppose, if they were told, we could use a passive phrase here, that would be the best option. Were told, were given no option but to keep quiet or leave the art gallery, I think is what I would say. They were given no option, they were given no choice. I think those are the only two possibilities. By the way, the answers that I'm putting on the screen that I'm editing in are the ones that are given, the possible options that are given in the textbook. So if you've got any other possible answers, then leave them in the comment section. But yeah, so I think, yes, this would be the students were given no choice, or maybe even you could say had no choice. The students had no choice but to keep quiet, or had no option but to keep quiet, or were given no option or were given no choice. I think also you could use a passive because they were told. So yeah, I think there's several options there for me. I don't think one is more correct than the other. I suppose because they were told, you might prefer to say the students were given. I think they would accept had no choice as well. But anyway, those are the options that are given in the answer section in this book. So I think I've got them all right. I assume I've got them all right, but hopefully what I said is exactly what came up on the screen. I'm going to edit that in later. Okay, I think that's everything we're going to do in today's video. Let me know if you want something different on the channel by becoming a member. Click that blue button and you can help influence the content here. Okay, see you in the next one.